How do I look, by the way? Do I look okay?
You look like you've been in a camp for 10 days.
So, I want to be styling, for this video. So what I'm going to do here is I realize,
Are you recording?
yeah, I realize that when I light the stove, I really never set a flame. I don't need to. All I need is the spark. The spark with goofy gloves on, but anyway, I just need the spark to get the fuel going. Excuse me. So then I realized, actually, Moose here suggested, hey, why don't you use your flint and steel thing? There's just a striker and magnesium, really, is what this thing is. See if you can strike it with that. And so that's what I'm going to try. And we're going to experiment. I've already put the gas in the stove, and we're going to turn the video camera over to somebody else.
So before you start, let me just say that this is an experiment that involves explosive gases and fire. So I'm here observing a scientific observation, and this is a record that, in case something bad happens to Dr. Holberg, it wasn't me who did it.
All right, thank you for the safety notice. And anytime when you're playing with fire, the primary safety rule is don't be stupid. Okay? When I'm talking, can you aim the camera at me instead of the stove?
Okay.
Okay. I'm the star of this show.
Okay, you're looking great too.
You're the star of the batoning show.
Batoning show.
If your name were Bob, batoning with Bob.
Bob. Bob the painter, Bob Ross.
I can do stoving with Steve.
It's a beautiful tree.
When you need to use this thing to strike, you can't just use any knife. You have to have a knife where the back of the blade is got a nice sharp 90-degree face on it. So you can do that. So we're gonna try this out.
Yeah, voila, it worked. Now perform that again. I was concentrating on you, and didn't get.
Well, I gotta start all over. I gotta let that burn down.
Okay, cool.
But we can fill. We have plenty of battery, and I can fill up. We can fill up our time with some kind of conversation. So yeah, you can get these for $1 or something. So these are cheap things to have around. So
Okay.
is the flame out?
Flame is out.
Okay.
Okay. What are you doing right now?
I'm letting fuel flow in. It's flowing into this cup down here.
Which is hard to see. I can't see it from
here. It is sometimes hard to see.
See a little bit of it. Okay.
And so now I just need the striker. So you got it tuned down here. Bam!
Voila!
You don't even need a lighter.
Is that the way you will do it from?
I'm gonna store this. So
part of your kitchen kit.
I got me this new fancy schmancy kitchen kit.
Explain your kitchen kit. We haven't covered that.
No, we haven't.
And you have a nice peeler in there too.
Hey, is this your show or mine?
I'm just commenting on all the wonderful stuff, gadgets that you have that I do not.
Well, look, one of the things I like about camping is just all the little things you do. You just, in each camping trip, you organize something just a little bit better. And I've had my eye on this thing for 5 years at least, until I could finally save up enough money to buy it. It was $29.95 at Paragas. It's made by.
How much was it?
$29.95.
That's all. That's cheap.
Cook Custom Sewing. So you can see that it's.
If you move back a little bit, we'll see the kit.
Yeah, you'll see the whole thing. Yeah, I'm hogging the show here, but
it is your show.
So I'll use the knife as a pointer. When you're using a knife, kids, be careful. Okay, you cut yourself on a camp out, and you can't just go to the emergency room. So I have a slot here for the knife. I got a slot here for our forks, which are over there. And then I have a couple of sporks here. I don't like to eat with a spork. I won't go into that story, but I use them for stirring and stuff. And then we got some titanium spoons here. And then I got one serving spoon, one turner. Now, often people refer to this device as a spatula, and I just want to clarify the record here. It is not a spatula, it's a turner. And then this last item is a set of tongs. Excuse me. Next year, I think I'm going to bring another set, a smaller set, but we made it work fine. I mean, cause sometimes when we're fiddling with a fire, we need something else. And so this little gadget here is a nice little slicer when you bring your gourmet carrots on a camping trip. But if you just want to julienne them, you can do it with this, okay? And I made this little sheath out of cardboard and white duct tape. And this, I've had this knife for a long time, since the Boy Scout days.
Kind of.
It's just a Good Cooks or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a grocery store kind
Yeah.
of knife, right?
Exactly. And that fits right in here.
I noticed it's sharp as all can be.
And then I'll install this somewhere. And then you just fold that over. I won't now because it's going to be all dirty and ugly, and you'll think, oh my gosh, what did you do?
Well, that's camping.
Yeah. And then you roll it up and you're done. And this is probably 20% the volume that my cook kit took last year, because I realized I don't need all that stuff. Just don't need it. Don't bring it. Don't need it. Don't bring it.
What are these red cans about?
So yeah, so I already did a little video on this, but I'll add it to this. So the fuel for this trip comprised 2 of these bottles full. You're supposed to just, to operate the stove, you're supposed to fill it to this fill line so that there's some air, and that's 30 ounces. But I filled them all the way to the top because I knew that I was going to transfer the fuel to this bottle for operations. So I had 2 of these. It's probably 32 to 34 ounces in these. And then I filled this one properly to the fill line, which is 22 ounces. And so I still have, this is probably 2/3 full, maybe 3/4 full.
80 some ounces or?
So yeah, so this would be, so you said this was 32, so that's 64 plus 22, 86 ounces, yeah.
And describe the new apparatus we discovered on the...
Oh, the pucks. So Douglas, noting that when I'm cooking, and it is a scene to watch me cook. I mean, I'm moving pots and stuff, and in the camp, it's just
You've got it down very well to a science. It's the same setup every time.
Yeah.
And you do the same things. Your movements are all choreographed.
Right. I'm a Chef Ramsay in our campsite. So you don't want to set this on the ground because, I mean, you've heard it, but it picks up junk, and then you put it on the stove, and the junk gets in the stove. So you always need some kind of clean surface that doesn't burn up when you set it on it. And so Doug, with his silky saw, he cut me these pucks. So I have all these little places to set things.